Hi guys, it's Pete here. It's Wednesday, the 25th of March, and we now find ourselves in a lockdown situation as of Monday evening. And I don't know how you're feeling. It's just strange. It's very strange, and lots of people are facing real trial and real hardship. And none of us are immune to that. This is affecting everybody now. And one of the things that I've been finding real encouragement in this time is the Lectio 365 app from 24/7 Prayer. It's outstanding. This week is all on our response to coronavirus, and I recommend reading it. One of the scriptures in there yesterday, which I was reflecting on this morning, was in Luke chapter 8, and it's the passage about the hemorrhaging woman, the bleeding woman, that when Jesus is going through the hustle and bustle of the crowd, and this woman touches Jesus and is instantly healed. And Jesus turns around and says, "Who touched me?" And the disciples are like, "Jesus, you're in a crowded place. Everybody's touching you. They definitely weren't doing social distancing. Okay, so everybody's touching him, and yet Jesus cares deeply about the individual, and he goes, no, 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 somebody touched me." And obviously then this woman came forward, and Jesus says, "Somebody touched me because I felt the power has gone out of me." And they make the point on the app, and it just really struck a chord in me that Jesus cares so much for the individual. He's not just about a display of power without being personal. That God is a deeply personal, deeply relational being. He's one God in three persons. He's always been relational. He always will be relational. And so he cared about where his power went. And I just found that so helpful in the midst of coronavirus, and all we're praying for healing. We're praying that God would powerfully move through this, and yet also not to lose sight that God just always cares about the individual. He cares about the person. And so if you can make a difference to one person, or perhaps you're struggling and God cares about you, he can make a difference to you and in your life and in your situation. I find that so comforting to me, because I've got my own things I'm worried about and things on my mind, and God cares about those things. He cares for me as an individual. And it reminded me of Hagar in Genesis 16, as some of you will know, actually she's shunned by Sarah, and because she's had this child Ishmael, and then Sarah goes on to have Isaac, and she's shunned and rejected and treated really badly by Sarah, and really left to die. And yet what happens in Genesis 16 is God comes and speaks to Hagar, and so much so, and he says, "I'm going to look after you. I'm going to look after Ishmael." And Hagar then actually gives God a name. She says, "You're El Roi. You are the God who sees me." And God cares about this slave woman and her son, even though that isn't the line he's going to bless. He cares passionately for the individual. He cares about the person. He cares about every person and every situation. And for me, that's a huge comfort. He cares about me and my situation. He cares about you and your situation. And it's also a comfort that if I can make a difference to one or two individuals, he cares passionately about that. So in the kind of vastness of what is going on in this global pandemic, God cares about you and your situation and how you respond to the individual in your situation. So I'm praying for you. I'm praying for every individual situation in our church. I'm praying for all of you. Mostly you would know God's peace and strength in this time. And I pray that we also would be a blessing to those individuals around us. God bless, guys, and catch you soon.